Accusative case prepositions in German. So the first thing to make sure you understand is what a preposition is and how does that relate to the prepositional phrase. So a prepositional phrase consists of 1. A preposition, that's where it begins, and the prepositional phrase ends with the object of the preposition. For example, in English, I go to the store with my mother. These are two prepositional phrases. To is a preposition. With is a preposition. So the prepositional phrase begins with the preposition and it ends with the object of the preposition. The object of the preposition to is store, hence the prepositional phrase to the store. The object of this preposition with is mother, hence the second prepositional phrase with my mother. I go to the store with my mother. When we look at German, these prepositions would have a case. And you need to determine what that case is because then the object of the preposition has that same case. So today we're going to look at the objects of the preposition that are accusative. Here we go. Bis, durch, entlang, für, gegen, ohne, The 5 most utilized and probably most popular and most important ones are those in red. Durch, für, gegen, ohne, You could say that 3 times fast and pretty much commit it to memory. Durch, für, gegen, ohne, durch, für, gegen, ohne, durch, für, gegen, ohne, Bis and entlang are technically accusative prepositions. However, they have some special cases and uses to them. So we'll keep them in this list and note how those are used. Now, in German, there are fewer prepositions than there are in English. So you'll notice that when we look at the translations of these prepositions, they have multiple meanings. Most important for durch is through, and then the most utilized one for gegen is against, and then ohne has its own, für its own, and then around is the most important one, but it has a special one when we're looking at time, and we'll see that in action in just a minute. So let's dissect each one of these prepositions by itself. So, as I stated, bis is technically an accusative preposition, but it's usually utilized with another preposition, and you may or may not have looked at these before. So that may change the case, but we see bis used a lot. And because bis is often used without an article, typically talking about dates and time, we don't really have to worry about the case because we drop the der for März, we drop the der for Sonntag, we drop the die for Uhr. So you'll see this a lot, like I said, utilizing dates and time. So here's some examples, right? We have Montag bis Samstag, so Monday through Saturday. So there's no dares there. Für sie geöffnet Montag bis Samstag bis 25 Uhr. So they're open until midnight. So there's bis used there. And even though, like you might have heard me say, Montag bis Samstag. So if you see these dashes, right, we would say in English like to, through, till. In German, that's when you insert bis. So here at the Rewe, the German grocery store, Montag bis Samstag von 7 bis 25 Uhr. So you're saying the word here, even though it's not written there. So something to note when it comes to bis. Durch. Zum Beispiel, wir laufen durch den Wald. We run through the forest. Der Wald becomes den Wald because durch is an accusative preposition. So you need to remember der die das die, den die das die. Entlang is special, right? This is another one that deserves a star. So entlang usually goes after its object, so that makes it a little bit wonky. Wir gehen die Straße entlang, not wir gehen entlang die Straße. So we go down the street. So the entlang is at the end, not where you would normally see it in front of the object of the preposition. For, Hans singt für meine Eltern. Hans sings for my parents. So Eltern, plural, plural accusative, E. Ist das Geschenk für mich? So if you're looked at accusative pronouns, is the present for me? Für mich. Gegen, against. Wir spielen gegen die Jungen. So against the boys, we play against the boys. Prepositional phrase, boys is plural. Plural accusative is D. Ohne, without. I learn without my calculator. Ich lerne, sorry about that. Ich lerne ohne meinen Rechner. So without my calculator. Der Rechner. It's masculine, so it gets an en ending. Ich lerne ohne meinen Rechner. Ich springe den Tisch. I jump around the table. So around the table, der Tisch, because this is accusative. Den der becomes den. So accusative case. Now, has the wonky rule when we deal with sight. So sometimes you can say we're going at. Technically, the best is around, but when we're talking about time, it means at. Notice there's really no need for an article here, at 8 o'clock. So, Übung macht den Meister. Try your hands at these. I'm only using accusative prepositions, so what I'm asking you to do is to review and see if you can figure out the der word or the definite article that goes in that place. So remember, these are accusative. Den, die, das, die. Masculine, feminine, neuter, plural. Pause this video, write out these sentences, fill in the blanks, and when you're ready to check, resume the video to check your answers. Antworten. Heidi arbeitet für das Geld. Heidi works for the money. Die Schüler spielen gegen die Studenten. The high school students play against the college students. Das Auto fahren wir. Around the car, we drive around the car. So I just wanted to show you that a prepositional phrase can be first in the sentence, and that just means the verb is in the second position. So you have inverted word order here. So just to illustrate that point. Wir essen ohne den Lehrer. We eat without the male teacher. So der becomes den. And ich wohne gleich die Ecke. I live right around or immediately around the corner. Danke.